Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Now we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in wondering what on earth is going on here as they sit in last place at 0-7.
And it's really difficult to report to work every day with that type of a losing streak looming over you. How do you break out of it? And you're looking at each other to try and figure it out.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should. And what you have now.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first pick of the second round back in 2001, and that's the veteran Drew Brees.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And a look now at the offense for New Orleans.
And Deshaun Jackson is the guy that your eyes naturally gravitate towards because he's a big play waiting to happen. In his career, usually averages about 20 yards a catch. Last season in 2017, closer to 13 yards per catch. Look for him to be recommitted to getting back downfield and catching the long ball.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a third down and 8. This is how they will line it up defensively for Minnesota. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Now Brees on third down. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. T.J. Watt in on the tackle. These two teams, of course, met in the much-dissected NFC divisional round game a season ago, and they also met in the Monday night opener last year. And Adrian Peterson's return to Minnesota, gosh, that seems like a lifetime ago. It was actually Peterson's replacement, though, Dalvin Cook. who went for 127 yards in a 29-19 Viking victory. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run. They made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, start off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And he'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
All right, here we go. Boom, 90.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Ready? We're waiting.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block if you're an offensive lineman. Nice early burst. Nice gain, too.
The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Macklin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Ready.
Mixon with a first down carry. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try to adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Breeze now on first down. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. And sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that?
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jared Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, here we go.
Rosen on 1st and 10. This is called a Ryan Green. And it's a fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. Breeze hands to Ingram. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He was brought down by Devon Kennard. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
Ready? You ready?
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Hard throw, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll start things on 1st with Torrey Cohen. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he's got the hook up to Dylan Cantrell. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a 1st down on the play.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Breeze now on 1st down. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Bree's going to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Jordan Hicks. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Gostkowski the extra point. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep down and got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 43 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
On second down, here's Rosen. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On third down, it's Cohen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Calling a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
The timing and the faking on that play was so good, you almost think you're at a magical act, right? The magician has shown you something, and then you realize it's not really there. It's created an illusion, and the illusion was they were going to throw the football. Looked like a pass play. Instead, it turned into a draw. Offensive lineman able to get out in front. They drew the defensive line upfield and beat them at their own game, and that's why they picked up big yardage into the secondary.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On second down, Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
All right, here we go.
Rosen will throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be fourth down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now Breeze dumps it off to Mixon. Oh, look at the juke. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Ready. You ready? 3 seconds.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he finds Cook. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Breeze now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jeremy Maclin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squid kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Yeah, they'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
3 down. All right, here we go.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we'll head down to Orlando. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Here comes Johnson on the return. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Going up top. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board. Mark
Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it first. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
4 down, 4 down. Shit, ready. Blue 90.
Here's Breeze to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Ready. You ready?
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Chris Long in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Tight end right. Set. Blue 90.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey. Now let's go. Green 39.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Set. Blue 90.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Now let's go.
They try again with Cohen. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
They run. This is Cohen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Brandon Carr there to make the stop. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9.
Now let's go. 3.
Off the play fake. Here's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And he gets it down to the 32. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd and 12. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside.
Offense.
Really well run route.
So that one will be accepted. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Ingram. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. So
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And now out comes Minnesota. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though,
Yeah.
because you're exactly
You
right.
like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Open man is Cantrell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Rosen on first and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Second and 10 now. It's Rosen, and he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first, and it's third down now. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is third and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
The coverage was terrific downfield because he had to check down to the tight end. That means the pressure on the quarterback wasn't very good. He had a long time to survey the field, didn't he?
Able to buy himself some time in the pocket, hit the safety valve.
Start offense.
They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Still fourth down.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Here we go. It's Rosen on fourth down. The kidder here, it's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
All right, here we go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On second down, Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now third and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. The quick slant caught. They didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
False start offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for first and goal.
Here we go. 3-19.
Now Cohen. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
False start. Offense.
Well, the 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. A gain of 5, but not enough, leads to a 4th and goal.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kerryon Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Showing some grits and some guts going for it. Their 4th and goal, pounding it in.
And being rewarded for that confidence in the team, huh? The coach saying, let's go ahead and get this. And how about the guys up front firing out, finding a little bit of a crack for him to get through? Touchdown. I love it.
Returning it, John Ross. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now Breeze on the bootleg. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from tilting the rock that much.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And a tackle there by Chris Long. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Ingram again. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They run. It's Mark Ingram, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Deshaun Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Extra point good by Gostkowski.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You can see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
And now it's Rosen looking. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3,
Now Rosen on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the gun, it's Rosen. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end Green. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Blue 90.
Here's Rosen to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for New Orleans, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, changes could be in the air as they fall to 0-8 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.